Hey guys, so now we're into day 6 and it's now nighttime, so once again I've got lots of lights going on and I'm going to try and upload this pretty quickly while I do some study. Today I went to the movies with my friend Heather, who I've been friends with since I was literally 10, like 9 or 10 years old. Went to the movies with our friend Mark and his friend Jess, and we went and saw Machete Kills. And as bad as it was, Machete Kills is such a bad movie. It is terrible. But as bad as that movie was, I have to see the next one. I know there's a next one because at the beginning of the movie, it basically gives you like a spoiler of the next movie. It's really weird. Other than that, things that have happened to me, I got like 20 missed calls from one of my Brisbane friends who is here in Sydney because they needed a place to crash, but they were calling at like 2 in the morning and I was fast asleep because I'd been studying and just really tired basically. I wasn't feeling all too well yesterday. I studied and I kind of felt a little bit sick, so after studying I sat down and I just felt really tired and I was like, no, I've got to go have a nap. So I went and had my nap, woke up, had some more food. I sound like just an eating monster, a food monster. But I had dinner, did some more stuff, and then I just went to bed because I was just like, I can't. And it's actually kind of sad because at like 12:30 I tried to go to sleep and then I kind of fell asleep at like 1-ish, maybe 1:30. And then maybe half an hour later my friend was calling me. And I feel really bad because had I known that they would need a place to stay, I would have stayed up that extra like hour or so. I feel really bad, but that happened. And then one of my other friends, so it's a group of people, it's Marcus and Len called me and he was basically explaining the whole thing and told me about that night. So that was weird. But other than that, I ran into an old, I went up to my employment agency, like my employment provider guy thing, and that was pretty much a waste of time. All I had to do was fill in a piece of paper that said, I am looking for a job, and then give my resume, which I sent in via email once I got home. But on the way to the employment agency, I ran into a family friend and we kind of, shared news surrounding the woman who is no longer my mother. So we had that little conversation. She had no good news for me, I had no good news for her, except that my brother's going to be living here pretty soon. And then, yeah, me and Heather basically spent the whole day, like once I got back from the employment agency, she came round, we hung out, and then went to the movies, and then came back and she stayed around. We had dinner. Dad's been drinking, which is a bit of a nuisance more than anything because he just gets under my skin in the sense that he potters around doing things but doesn't tell you what he's doing. He leaves doors open, like the front door, and I really dislike having the front door open because, especially at nighttime, it's like my privacy. I want to be walking around in my pajamas. I want to be getting ready for bed. I want to be in my home. I don't want the street seeing it. And he always leaves the door open. And these aren't like attacks on my dad. I love my dad, but when he drinks, he's just irritating. And he talks about stupid things, he brings up stupid topics, he forgets what you said, which is all, parts of what drinking does. But when, like me, you've had this negative, it's called a schema, which is where you categorize things as certain things in your brain to make sense of it and for it to be, like a predictor and a way of surviving better. So for me, pretty instantly, Dad drinking means I get pretty angry because of different things that have happened in the past, and basically my brain has just been trained this way that I can't have Dad drinking and have me not get really upset. So I'm trying to kind of train myself out of that but it's very tricky. Even like CBT, I'm kind of getting very anxious. So I just kind of remove myself because I don't want to get angry at my dad, but I can't not. And that's one thing that I'm really dealing with. And it's the same with my mum, except I kind of feel the need to get angry at her because when she drinks, it's not like my dad where he will drink for a night, do some stupid things like move things from one room to another because he's cleaning up, but the mess has just been moved. Whereas my mum, when she's drinking, she has like this poison tongue and she just rips you to shreds and hurts your feelings and all kinds of things. But I guess this is in some ways better, but I'd rather remove myself from the situation than escalate the situation by being in it. So dealing with that, and just kind of, I think at the moment I'm kind of in that state of shock of what's actually happening and what might happen. I mean, I had someone ask me, how do you think she's going to take it? And we pretty much knew exactly what we were referring to, and I said, there's two ways this could go down. She will realize that George is serious and wants to leave, and she will get healthy, and George will go running back to her. Or she will see this, and then this is the one that scares me the most because it puts my brother in a bit of a scary situation, because this is where my mum will evolve her feelings with my brother to feelings of hatred and betrayal, which she has done with my father, then she did with me, and then she always had my brother under her clasp. And I think that this will be the time where she turns around and says that he is betraying her, and she will begin to hate him. And then, you know, what follows that is she goes back to the apartment she has in Brisbane and drinks herself to death. And I have to be okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is the way my brother might be afterwards, because I know, I mean, like I don't know if I've told you, but I spent my entire childhood trying to impress my mum and get my mum to love me because I thought that I was competing against alcohol. Kids should not have to worry about that. But what upsets me most is that when I confronted my mother with this and I said, you know, I've spent my entire childhood worrying that you loved alcohol and you didn't love me. And instead of saying, oh no, never think that, she basically said, yeah, that's right. And it kind of was dawning on her that this was a realization of hers, but it wasn't one of, oh my God, I've thrown away my children because of alcoholism. It was more like, yeah, that's what it is. And I'm not going to. So that's that. I just don't want my brother to get hurt by it, even though it's hurtful. So there's that. Tomorrow is another day. I hope to do some study, possibly hang out with some friends, make videos. That's all I do these days, guys. So hopefully that all works out, and I'll let you know how tonight goes and tomorrow goes tomorrow. So see you guys. Have an awesome day. I hope this video didn't make you sad, because I know it probably didn't bring a smile to your face, but if anything, please stay strong, stay happy. Let me know in the comments below how you're doing, and I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you. Bye.